There we go. And we are now recording. So again, welcome to our workshop for Create Campaigns to Market Your Listings. My name is Chuck Morris. I'm the Market Center Tech Trainer and Tech Mentor for Keller Williams of Vito. I co-tech train with Keller Williams Lake Nona and work with Emily over at Keller Williams Waterford Lakes. I do go through each of the three offices on every other week. And of course, I have a Calendly link, which you can schedule sessions with me, or you can always schedule the session with your Market Center Tech Trainer in your respective office if you need more immediate responses. I'm going to launch this poll. I'll go ahead and get it to you here. I want you to let me go ahead and answer the poll so I can see where we stand. Got one vote so far. There we go. So if you haven't completed your marketing profile, that's probably where you're going to want to start. So let me go ahead and do this real fast. And let me ask you, and you can go turn your camera on and give me a shake your hand or shake your head, yes or no. Are you both new agents? You are muted.
I am new with, I'm sorry. I am new with Keller Williams. So I'm new to all the command and all that.
Try that. Sorry about that.
Did you hear me?
I can now, go ahead.
I am new with Keller Williams. So I'm new to the command and all that.
Okay, not a problem. Welcome to the family. So like I said, what we can do, and then Kimbra, are you relatively new to Keller Williams also? Because both of you said no, you haven't done your marketing profile. Your marketing profile is what Command will use to populate information in a lot of the designs in campaigns for you. So if you don't have this information already in, not only is marketing profile not only will populate your campaigns, it also helps to populate your website. So that is something you really, really need to do. I wasn't planning to cover that necessarily today. I see that Nancy has done her profile and Kimbra is new. So some of this may sound confusing to you, Kimbra, and that's okay. However, are you at your computer, Kimbra? You can go off mute.
Yes, I'm at the computer.
The reason I'm asking is simply because of the fact that we're going to be going through, there are going to be steps that will automatically be populated by the marketing profile that you would probably have to put in. So I know it's going to throw you off.
Okay.
So the marketing profile, at which office are you at?
Lake Nona.
Let's see, with the Karina, has she worked with you as far as getting your marketing profile completed?
No. It's not her, it's me. I literally have not done anything. I've been with them since November. I went through command and then I just dropped off and haven't done anything. I just signed up on the MLS last week.
That's a procrastination if I've ever heard one. I thought I put things off. No, that's not a problem. Yeah, what I would do is, whether it be with Karina or maybe even Elena, schedule some time to get your marketing profile done. The marketing profile is very pertinent to having everything as much populated beforehand, only because of the fact that it's a time saver. It's the best way I can put it. It's such a time saver for you to have that done. The last thing you want to be doing is having to go back and put information that should already be populated. There are times that something you think would be populated is not. That's generally says more to us than it does Command itself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to pause and make sure. I know that since Nancy, you're at the store, and Kimber, you're still going to be learning. So I'm going to try not to go too fast. But I will go. I want to make sure that you're, if you have a question, you can raise your hand. And then by the same token, Nancy, you can go ahead and lower your hand if you'd like. And then if you have questions, raise your hand and then unmute yourself once I call on you. And then, like I said, I don't plan on doing too many more polls. I just wanted to find out exactly, where everyone stands with respect to the class, because you don't want to start teaching at step 5, we'll just say, if no one knows anything about steps 1 through 4. So I try to take that into consideration. However, by the same token, with the time constraints, I have to make sure that I get through all the material and we're not sitting here till 6 or 7 o'clock this evening. Now, if for some reason you're having issues with getting an appointment with your market center tech trainer, or maybe agent services, someone who's going to help you with the marketing profile, you can always set an appointment with me. I do have a Calendly link, and I'll put that into the. Whoops, I think I know now how to spell my name by now. Sure, I spelled it right. There's the my Calendly link is in the chat to schedule sessions. I'm going to tell you now, probably with getting sessions will be very premium right now, because over the next few weeks between I have a vacation in the middle of July, and then I'm missing, then I'll be gone probably the first few weeks of August, other commitments. So try to see if you can get in touch with your market center tech trainer or agent services to see if they can help you with any marketing profile issues you may have. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy, but there can be some parts that are, hey, you know what? I really, I can't understand what they're asking for. And I'll be honest with you, I know how to do it. And the way they word the questions, I'm going, what are they asking for? So don't feel like you're going, I don't understand. I know the stuff and I still understand the way they ask the question. So I want to ask you, and you can respond in the chat if you'd like to. Now, I know you didn't know the workshop was going to be on this particular subject, but creating Facebook campaigns to market a listing. But why do you think this is important for you to learn this information today? You can put your answers in the chat if you'd like. Excuse me. Well, let me ask you this, and you can answer yes or no in the chat, make it kind of simple, a simple kind of a thought about this. Did you know that 3 out of 4 Facebook users visit the page of a local business on Facebook at least once a week? 75% of everybody that's on Facebook at least once a week, they are visiting the business page of a local business. Oh, yes. Everybody wants that 80-20. Trust me, I understand. But the best thing is, let me ask you this: how many of you are getting, if you're just now getting on board, then wouldn't you like to try to get your own fair share of those clicks? Wouldn't you like them to go to your Facebook page? Wouldn't you like them to see you as the source of the resource? It's the key to social media, and I'm sure that anyone that's teaching social media will tell you this, is consistency. There is
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I just said absolutely, yes. It's a must. You have to.
consistency. Now, with campaigns and automated follow-up through smart plans, You can claim those clicks, generate leads, and convert those leads into clients. But you really want to, understand, Kimber, since you are on a computer, if you'd like, go ahead and log into Command. We'll be going into Command here in just a bit. And to make sure that you're on that everybody is where we're starting, do you have a Facebook business page? Go ahead and answer in the chat if you can. Most people have a personal page, but do you have? So I see that, Kimber, you state that you don't. So you can go, and I'm like you, Nancy, your business page is tied directly into your personal, so it's not like you have to do anything really special other than tell Facebook you're creating a business page. It's as simple as that. It's one of the drop-down menus where it's like, I need help, I need this. You can create a business page. You're going to have to make sure that you give them some information about it. Follow the FREC rules with respect to, you can't call yourself properties or anything of that nature. So whatever rules we have with FREC with advertising, they apply even more so with Facebook, because Facebook is purely for advertising. You're going to need a Facebook business page in order to do a Facebook ad campaign on Command. You're going to need your Command profile complete. The marketing profile has to be complete. And then you're going to need credits, like a credit card, on file to purchase the ad credits. So when you say, I want to run an ad for $10 to run an ad, they're going to charge your credit card the $10 once the ad's been approved by Facebook. There are guides on, if you go to answers.kw.com, there are places where you can find walkthroughs as far as adding a credit card and things of that nature. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go with excuse me. So I'm going to start in designs. So in designs, well, actually, I'm going to start in the campaigns app. That I apologize, because I want to really explain the difference. If you want to say the options, what options you have in campaigns. Most people, when I say I want you to run a campaign, they automatically assume I'm telling you, you gotta go spend money and to make a lead, to get leads. Now, there are some times where, like in this particular one, because of the way I ran it, I don't expect a ton of leads, but I do expect quality leads. But sometimes you'll spend $20 and you can get 6 leads. Here I spent $20 and I got 16 leads. So far I've spent $24, $25 and I've gotten 2 leads. The quality of the leads depends upon the ad. So sometimes don't let people, because I've run this one here, I got 0 leads out of it. $32 or $31.16, didn't get 1 lead out of it. That's part of marketing. Sometimes you're going to get the hits and sometimes you're not. These are paid ads. These are the ones that you're actually going to have the credit card on file. And that's where you would see this section here where it says payments. So you need to have, let me highlight that for you. So payments right here. This is where you're going to need to have your credit card on file to have the ads run. But we have these right here, which are called social posts. You can run social posts not only on Facebook, but also on Twitter. Twitter, I don't find is not, I make social posts. I never do a paid post to Twitter personally. If you'd like to, that's fine. I do some on LinkedIn. I do some on the other social media, but right now Command only has access, if you want to say, directly to Facebook / Instagram and Twitter. I do my social posts this way. I have my social posts scheduled out. So I go through and I think, if I'm not, you can schedule, if you look at it, you can change it from the week to the month. And if you, as you can see, for the rest of this month, which of course I do it every other day, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, are when my scheduled posts are due. And I believe I'm almost through the end of July. Yeah, I've gotten through to the end of July. So I've already got posts scheduled up to the end of July. I'm going to change this back over to week as soon as it gets caught up here. So you don't have to wait till the day of to post something. If you're creative and you come up or you find something you want to post on someday in the future, like for example, with the 4th of July coming up this weekend, if you want to schedule something, go ahead and put it in there and make it a scheduled post. And I'll show you how to do that shortly. As soon as it gets caught up here. Sometimes you have to wait for it. So if you go to your, we have our social post, and then we have our paid post. So a new campaign is pretty easy, to be honest with you. So I'm going to create a campaign. Do you see where the button up here says create campaign? Now I'm going to click it. Now it's going to ask me, well, you want to create a campaign. What type do you want to do? And for this example, I'm going to say social ad paid. I do use Google Ads, however, most people don't. So if you have your social ads, these are the ones that you need the credit card for. These are the ones that are going to be the boosted ads. If you want to think of it, that's what most people think of the boost. But these are the ones you're not going to see in your feed. These are going to be for the people that you're trying to advertise to, as opposed to the free post where it just shows up in the news feed. So I'm going to pick social ad. Now they're going to ask me to, and I'm going to put, I just picked one of my current listings that's pending. So I'm just going to use that as an example. And they say, what is the goal of this ad? Well, let's say I want to advertise a listing. You can choose whatever, if we'll say whatever goal format you want. The only difference is the algorithm that they use. So if you're advertising the listing, the same group of people will see it, but the people that are going to see it more often are those that Facebook knows have been looking for homes. If you want to attract listings, the same group of people, but the people that are going to see it more often, the people who may be thinking of selling their home. Brand awareness is kind of just getting your name out there as with respect to the actual public. You know, this is my brand. Attract buyers. Very similar to me than it is with advertised listings. If you want to advertise multiple listings, or so it's more of a carousel. So if you had 2 or 3 listings at a time you'd like to advertise, there you go. Attract talent. That's generally when you're trying to hire somebody. When you want to hire someone as maybe an admin or as a buyer agent, seller agent, whatever the case may be. Your event awareness. If you're having an event that you're just trying to advertise, you can create a social ad through here. Other, kind of generic, to be honest with you. It's very, very generic at best. Then it's going to ask you, where will your campaign run? I'll say Facebook, and I'll also select Instagram. You do not have to run an ad through both. Again, if you only want Facebook, run it through Facebook. Then we're going to click on create the campaign. Oops, I thought I did. Advertise the listing. My bad. Then we're going to create the campaign. It goes through a little process here. Then it says, do you want to advertise? If we'll say, now I can change this to all statuses. This was pending too. Just didn't know yet. But I'll go ahead. You know what? I can select this one. That's fine. I'll select anything. I don't care. The text, the main copy. These are the things that you're going to want to know, and you're going to want to know pretty know beforehand when you create your ads. In other words, think about the text. You see where this area right here, the area above the photo, that's called the main copy. This is supposed to be the, if I'm going to say, the brief description of the home. So you're going to want to go through, and you're going to, you're really going to want to go through and make it informative without giving up too much information. So maybe something like a 3-2 home. And the funniest thing is that I would then stick in an emoji, and I would say HOME. That way I have a picture of the home. Most people say, I really don't want to. Emojis actually capture their attention. And you can say, and I'll say in Maitland, and it's whatever it is I want it to say, I can have it say, looking for the right fire or something. And then maybe I'd say click, learn more for the details. So if you see on the ad over here, how it's changed what it is that the main copy said, I generally like to leave the learn more button. You can change that later on. I'll show you where. But since I'm telling them I want them to click to learn more, the next thing I want is an emoji pointing down. And I use it quite a bit. So they know to click there. And then I'm going to say, I don't know how to spell. And then the description. The description only shows up on some formats, in some placements. It might show up on the desktop, may not show up on the mobile. That's kind of iffy at best. They have little descriptions, if you notice here, the description, and you see it says use suggestion or shuffle. So if I wanted to say you could be coming home to this, I could simply click on use suggestion. Or if I tell them, you know what, let me see what else you got. It says here, schedule a private tour with me today, view photos and videos of the home, whichever one I want to use. I'll just simply use that for now. And I'm going to make sure I save my text, my copy. Next is going to be the media. The DBA logo is pulled from your market center, or your marketing profile. So let's say I want to pick some images. I just happen to know. Let's see. Add images. Upload an image. I'll click on here. Let's see, I'll go to. I have my own cloud, so I apologize. What was I doing? No, what was this? Schumann. Can't remember what I was doing anymore. That happens when you get older. Start forgetting what you're doing. I'll just put that in there for now. Oh, that's right. It has to be less than 3 meg. All right, let me find one that's less than 3 meg. All right, whatever. Normally, you would not put the inside of the house, but for the purposes of here, I'm going to go ahead and just select that for now. Preview and crop. I'm going to want maybe, if this was the house, I want to show that. All right, I'm going to save the image. Now the image appears over here. So far I've got my main copy. I've got my image. The logo's here. If you want to include the ownership statement, basically this states that all Keller Williams offices are independently operated and owned. And apply. And then I'm just going to save that. Next comes configure. These will be the settings that you want to use. So now we're going to go start with Facebook. Which account? Which page? I have more than one page, so I'm going to select the page I want. For Instagram, do you want this in the feed or do you want this in a story? You have the choice. So you want it to show up in their feed? There you go. I kind of like this. I kind of wish they'd give us the ability to do both, because we know stories disappear very quickly. The feed sometimes has a tendency to hang on a little bit longer. Whatever one you want to do, remember, this is your business. You do it as you like. Destination. This is something that this one is kind of up to you. The Facebook lead generation form, which they show as recommended. Generally, what will happen is when they click on the learn more, the first thing Facebook's going to do is pop up a window. It's going to ask for their name, or ask for them to verify their name, their email address, and phone number. You have a high percentage of them that are giving bogus information. So sometimes you think you're getting 50 leads and you're only getting one with an actual real phone number, real email, real name type thing. So take that into consideration. And if you do that, that's what the Facebook lead generation form does. It pops that up. Then it takes them to wherever it is you tell them you want them to go. Or if you want to do a site landing page, where simply it goes in and just takes them to a landing page. The problem is there's no guarantee you're going to capture any information. Does everybody understand that? So if you use the Facebook lead generation, at least you're guaranteed to capture information. Guaranteed, but no guarantee that's going to be good information. I have found that when I have them through the site or landing page, the information is generally more reliable because they've gone the extra step. They've done a little bit, they've set through it. Let's leave it on Facebook lead generation form for now. Since I put in my ad copy to click learn more, I'm not going to change the button label. But if I wanted to, I could put sign up or apply now. Learn more to me seems just a little bit easier to remember. Let's go up here to Chickapee. I had already opened up the site. And I guess I should probably do let's try this one instead. I got to change the filters because they're both pending. So all I'm doing is opening up. I went to my website, search for the address. If you don't want to spend all day trying to create a website from scratch, here's a website right here. The only thing on this website is about this, on this particular page, landing page, is about this house. There's nothing else. There's no other ads other than if you're in Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered, but there's nothing else. There's no other Realtor.com or Zillows or anything else. All this stuff here, even the contact goes to you. So if you send them, if you don't use the Facebook lead generation form, this is where they have to go and sign up. Well, I'm going to take this page. So I just click in URL and I'm going to copy. We'll go back over here. Be cautious. Watch what happens in this area right here when I click on this box. It automatically adds the https:// If I paste the URL I just copied a second ago, that https, it's going to be there twice. So I initially will backspace, then paste it. It's verifying that the page is an actual page, and it sees that it is. So now I've told them that once they get the information on the lead generation form, send them to this page. Be honest with you, if they go and use the Facebook lead generation form and I get Bob Jones, and then he goes to this page for the home, and he scrolls down and he's like, ask your agent, or he comes down and fills out this part here, get down to the bottom, where's his contact us? If you're interested, let's talk. And maybe he sends it, now it's Robert Jones. But if I can get accurate information from either one of those, it's a win-win to me. Is there a chance I'm going to have duplicate contacts? Yes, but I'll determine which one I'm going to keep and which one I'm going to archive. Likely the one that comes from this landing page here is going to be just a wee bit more accurate. So like I said, if they're going to go through the steps, they're going to make sure it's accurate information. Any questions up to now? We all good? All righty. Nancy's having fun with the thumbs up. All righty. How you doing, Kimbra? She says, I'm good too. All righty. So let's go back to our campaign. So we've gone ahead and we told them where we want them to go. Next, the targeting. Now you can leave the targeting at where it's at. Because what this is saying, it's going to target the Orlando, Florida area with a radius of up to 20 miles. That's fine. But what if you wanted to use custom settings, such as, let's click on there. So we're going to, let's say we want to go out 30 miles or 25, which adds, if you want to say a little bit bigger, there, it's not like if somebody lives 50 miles out of Orlando, they're not going to see this ad. But this is targeting. Facebook's going to make sure that people that live within that radius have a greater chance of seeing this. Add interest. This is one I tell people, this is one you're going to have to learn to play with. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. When you add interest, the things you're going to want to add, say, let's say, like, for example, we're trying to advertise what? We want to see if we can get advertise this listing. But by the same token, maybe I want to see home sellers. Let's see if it's, remember the data. Well, most people that are looking to buy or sell a home, they go where? You go to realtor.com. Now, if you hover over, you see the audience size. It's 249,000. This is realtor.com Pro. That's going to be more likely your professionals, your brokers, your agents. You go here, you have realtor.com as an audience size of about 5 million. So let's go ahead and add that. And maybe they're going to go to everybody's favorite enemy, Zillow. Now you're looking at 34 million. Premier agent, more, like I said, it has more to do with agents than it does actual buyers and sellers. How about Trillium? So what we're doing is we're making sure that they live within 25-mile radius of Orlando, and these are their interests. Maybe they're looking for a mortgage. So if they've been looking at mortgage loans, it's 168 or 169 million. Maybe they're looking for a mortgage calculator. Why would you do a mortgage calculator if you're not looking for a home? Maybe they're looking for a mortgage. You can sit here and add all these interests all day long. And then you can narrow the audience. So you can say, well, you know what, maybe, give me a second. If you want them to have this and that, but if you start narrowing, then you're going to say, well, they got to have all these too. Just leave them here. These are the people that are looking. And we save. The next part is your duration and budget. By default, they're going to say the start date is the next day. Facebook reviews all our ads. All agent created ads are reviewed by Facebook to make sure that they fall within the compliance that is required for law for advertising. And they start the next day. So with the day being the 28th, tomorrow would be the 29th. If we put it in for 10 days, 29th, and then it will be the 39th or June 39th, which is actually July 9th. And then how much budget? So you can change the duration. If you want to say, I want it to run for this weekend. And then, but you know what? I only want to spend, I don't know, 20 bucks. So you can tell them that's what you want to spend. I'm going to spend 20 bucks for the next 6 days advertising this. And if that's what you want to do, I say, excuse me. If you look over to the right, there's the Facebook preview for the web feed. So this is how your ad's going to look. Understand if we're doing a full-fledged ad, you're going to want to put more information. One thing I don't do when I advertise a listing, I may say it's a Maitland home. You know what? I could say it's a 3-2 Maitland home, although this one technically is in Orlando, but we say 3-2 Maitland home. I don't give the price and I don't give the address. If they want that information, they're going to get that over here when they go to this landing page. They'll see that. But I don't want to give it in Facebook, because if you give it to them in Facebook, they're going to take the address and go look somewhere else. Does that make sense? Don't get them enough information that they definitely are interested. But don't give them so much information they can go somewhere else and look. And then once you're done and you're satisfied with everything, you click on Publish Campaign. And it's going to ask you, do you want to run it for $20 for 6 days? And in fact, it's going to be under review. So
I'm sorry, is that necessarily your own listing, or can it be any?
That's a good question. Can you advertise someone else's listing? Certainly, if it's on the MLS. Good practice, send the agent an email and ask them for permission and have it in writing. Do not do it through a phone call. Do not do it through a text. Send them an email. May I advertise your listing to,
And does that mean that when they click on it, they would see that agent's name, or they would be on your page?
Do you have a listing that's active now by chance?
No. That's what I need to know.
Let me think of, well, let me do this real fast. I'm just going to put, I'm just going to find a listing. As it searches for homes. All right, there we go. So I just picked this one up right here, right?
Okay.
So I now have a landing page for this listing, right?
Okay.
There's your agent. Still me. Nowhere does it say that it will tell you this listing is courtesy of Ryder Realty. I guess Laura Lee Ryder is the agent or the broker, one of the two. But if you look, other than that, it all directs to me. So
Okay.
if you need to advertise the listing, get an email. I've done that plenty of times. There's times when, for whatever reason, you just can't get, listings are hard to come by right now. So if you can get an agent to agree to let you, go ahead and mute yourself, Nancy. But if you can get someone to agree to let you advertise their listing, use it. Do be aware that I would ask them to, you may want to kind of check to make sure it's no longer available on the market. Because the last thing you want to do is find out that you're advertising someone else's listing and then it's pending, and it just looks like you're false advertising. So you can always pause. So when you're in your campaigns, you can always pause a campaign or stop it. I'm going to go out here real fast. Just for an example, since I have this one running, what is it running to? Okay. But this one's currently running, it's active, and that's what I see there. But if I come over to the 3 dots, I can either stop the campaign, and I can just stop it. You know what? The house is no longer active. Let me stop it. Whatever monies I haven't used will be a credit. I will see a credit from Facebook. If you go up, when you go up to your payments, it will tell you if you have credits right up here. So if you've had credits, there you go. That's where the paid ads will definitely, they now remember, you have to have a Facebook business page in order for this to work. It will not go on your personal page. Facebook will not allow that. So I think Nancy said no. Kimber, you said you didn't have a business page yet, correct? Yes. So one thing you can do is definitely make sure you go and get that taken care of. But, one thing I want to do, excuse me, one thing I want to do for you now is let's go through designs. If anytime you don't remember the name of the applets, click on the red square and there you go. The names appear. Let's create an ad, which is going to be a social. But you come down here, you click the big plus in designs. And what are we going to create? A social. Click next. The best thing is they have a lot of templates for you to work off of. This is the one thing I try to tell people a lot, that you don't have to necessarily be a marketing genius or try to come up. You don't have to reinvent the wheel if you really don't want to. I mean, if you look at this, these are just different ads for your app. You got jumbo postcards. You got social, where like for Square, like for Instagram, Facebook posts, and LinkedIn posts. You can make flyers. If you want to make a bifold, that figures. Large postcards, which are just a smidgen smaller than jumbo. And of course, your standard postcards. If you come over here to listings, since we can't do coming soon in Florida, it kind of makes it a moot point, but maybe for sale. And you wanted to do, let's just say, a social square. These are all templates that you have access to create a Facebook ad, a free Facebook ad, might I add. Or if you want to do a story. These are all templates. This is a template. So it says, I have to look, I'm going to have to, all this is not working. If you want to make door hangers, if you want to make flyers, you have all this available to you. And you have to like the fact that they have this for you, because let's go to Social Square and let's pick this here. So I'm going to click here and I'll go use. WeBrand has a tendency to be a little slow necessarily. So the first thing I do, and this is only my personal preference, however you wish to do it, be at it. God bless you. I go up here and I change. So I'm just going to put, that was the name of that street for that home. So I'll keep it Schumard_IG for Instagram. So if I'm going to create an Instagram, I want to make sure when I download it and upload it, it's for Instagram. Now I want to get information. So I'm going to come over here. You see where it says KWLS? Can everybody see that? Oops. Right there is KWLS. If I click this, now it's asking me, I wanted to search for a listing. Sure. So let's do 44. You know what? Let's do that address, the one we looked up, and we asked for permission. Is it Fair Oaks? No. Let me spell it. Oh, then. Oaks Lane. I'm looking at the tab to read it. Right. Was Fair Oaks Lane. 32751. Okay. Is the one thing about their search I really don't like is the fact that you put in a street address and it comes up with stuff. I mean, if we put in the exact address, why are these others coming up? This one doesn't even have the word Fair Oaks or I mean, it has the word lane. So what? So let's select this one here. We'll give it a second and look what it does. It pulls up the listing photos for you. Can you see that? So let's say we're going to take this picture here of the kitchen and let's replace it with one of these pictures over here. So if you can see while I'm in the, when I'm in the photograph, I like this. I kind of like in a lot of their photos on the kitchen. You see this little emblem that says replace image. There's a little circle, kind of looks like the recycling emblem. If I click that, if I highlight the picture over here, then come back over here and use that, it formats the picture so it fits right in there where it needs to fit. Saves you from having to do any of your, if you want to say, extra information. Let's go over here. This is all the information we need, right? So I want you to notice what I'm doing, because I see that Nancy's walking, so I'll give her a second.
I'm sorry, I'm following everything. Thank you.
See this right here? I click on the box. When I click on the box, I'm going to go to what's called typewriter. So if you see the typewriter, pops up. I'm going to take this information here, the 703 Fair Oaks Lane, and yeah, I'll put the hotel 751. So I put the address in there and I click Save Changes, and now that's been updated. So I need this information, the listing details. And so when I come over here and I said, okay, for sale 3-bed, well, it's not a 3-bed. So I'm going to come over here and make it a 4-bed. Was it 4-bath? 4-bath. Where was the square footage? 2901. 901. And what were we listed at? 989. Makes you want to go ahead and pull this one up and say, can I advertise it? When was it built? 82. And just to let you know, you see how this has had this little symbol here? It looks like the circle again, where you can turn. So if I click on this box here, I could turn it so that the wording is up and down as opposed to across. You have the ability to do that. And maybe you want to go over here and switch out, make sure you have your DBA name. Kind of looks a little smallish to me. So I have that. Remember, this is a social media post, so you really don't need to put your name or anything. Now, if you want to add your phone number, just in case, as a contact information, let's go over here and let's click text. And then I'm going to go over here and click text. I'm going to put a little text block, if you want to call it that. I'm going to hit the typewriter. I change it. Now I'm going to take this. You know what? I don't like I want red. I want this, and I want it centered. And I will bring this right in between that. There you go. So now I have this particular ad. This is just a design that we created, and we're calling it, now I'm going to change it. So I actually remember what it's called, to Fair Oaks. So now I just took the picture of this. I need to delete. So now I have the address and at least my contact information right there on the ad. So now that I'm done with it, one thing I want to do, and I do this as a habit, even though autosave is on, I come over here and use save. So following so far, we good? Thumbs up. All right. Do not use the share. Again, everyone see where I'm clicking, where I'm at. Do not use that share button. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to download. We don't want a PDF, we want a PNG. The reason you want a PNG, PNGs are much higher quality and they show up on the website so much better. The JPEG, you've seen some pictures when you look on Facebook or Instagram or any of the others, and it looks like the same picture different people have. One looks real grainy. That's a JPEG. So I tell them I want the PNG. Then I click download. It will let me know when the last change, which is when I asked for the download. And then it'll let me know that my file has been downloaded. Would you like to know a little secret about, do you know that you can post to Instagram on your computer, right?
Yes.
Because the lowest time there was a workaround, you couldn't do it. You had to do it through your phone. But you take that PNG, there's your photo that you're going to put into Instagram. And then you can create whatever, you can kind of give the information about the house a little bit, like you would in an ad. Isn't that free? It's free, as long as you have the agent's permission to do that. But we're going to save it and we're done. So if I wanted to go directly to Instagram and post it, I could because I have the PNG. Now I'm going to go back over to my campaigns. Let's just do a social post. I'm not going to physically run this one because I didn't get this agent's permission. I want to go over to social post, create a campaign, social post. Wait for it, wait for it. See where it says browse designs library? Let's go ahead and browse. Give it a second. I change it to free. I want it as much in there as I can. So let's see. I want it on Twitter also. So I know what it looks like on Twitter and on Facebook. Come in here if you want to say, put whatever ad copy. It's the same thing as you do a social post now. How are you going to get their attention? 4 home, luxury home in Maitland. I go through, I say, yeah, that looks good. I have I'm going to put this to the right, which is, I don't like the fact they keep making us do this if we already put it here. That's something that we're trying to get removed. But you don't want it on top. If you look at the little copy here, can you everyone see this? If I switch it back to the left, it just looks confusing. It's overlapping. I don't care if they see it's over the side there. I want to schedule it. If I want to schedule it, when do I want it to post? Or do I want it to be published immediately the second I hit publish post? But all I had to do was create the text and go to my library. That's how easy it is to create a post, not only for Facebook, but this also will go to Twitter. And if you wanted to go and created if we'll say the paid ad, because remember when we did the campaign before, go back over here. When we created the paid ad, and we're going to call it I'm closing this because I'm going to come here. Now, when I select the media, should be, there you go, design library. I'm still going to do the free. Oops, no, still gonna do the free. What? I know they keep saying what one by one. I just don't like the way it cuts it off there. There's a little part getting cut off. And then you can, you can do your text here. So sometimes if you're going to, just as a word of thought for now until we can get it changed, don't put your DBA logo in the design, because when you come to this part, it automatically makes you add that. So I try not to, if I don't have to, I'm not going to put it in there. But still create some, you don't have to have a listing to do this. I can create. Wait for the pool. Where's my pool? Where's my swimming pool? There we go. You can either click this little emoji thing here and say home. But you can say, the emojis actually get people's attention. You would think it looks childish, but for some reason it does attract attention. You can put tropical paradise, and then you can come over there and say, oh, tropical paradise, I need palm trees. Just click, you keep clicking it, no, whatever. Whoops. And then headline. You could be coming home to this. I generally, on the description, unless it really doesn't match, I was like, here you go, just use whatever they say. But see how quickly you can, just by taking the information that's already available to you. We created a design. We made it so that we could download it and we could send it to our social media ourselves. Because personally, I advertise to LinkedIn, I advertise on Google, I advertise on quite a few media, not just Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's restricting yourself. And to be honest with you, the LinkedIn is a better, I think it's better for advertising, simply because those are business professionals. It's not somebody who's staying home because they're collecting a check to not go to work and they just want to troll. LinkedIn are professionals. I go through, I tell them the media, I say how long I want it to run. I post the campaign. So any questions right now? Any questions? Just so you know, if you have video, Usually I like to embed a linked video. So if you have a YouTube video of the home, put it in there. You can also use the neighborhood video. Have you seen the neighborhood videos? Nancy's saying no. We'll go with what we don't know. This, let me ask you, and both of you can unmute yourself and say yes or no. Do you farm a particular neighborhood?
Yes, I'm starting to farm.
Okay. Kimber, how about you?
No,
Not yet?
remember, I haven't done anything, so my answer is going to be no to just about everything.
No, your answer is not yet. Not yet.
It's okay, don't feel bad.
Do you, if you, our particular farm that we're in also has a Facebook page. Luckily, we're admin, so they can't kick us out from putting these videos on there. But if you have,
I'm farming Hunter's Creek.
that's what we're going to do our video on then.
Okay, so great.
We're going to go over here to social post. You see where it says create neighborhood video. Create neighborhood video. That's what we're going to use. So we click on that. And we're going to do Hunter's Creek, right? Hunter's Creek. How's that? And we hit next. Now, they do provide information. I highly recommend before you try to use this video, let's go out and make sure that information is accurate. How do you do that? You go into the Stellar MLS, and you can look up my neighborhood. Oh, just recognized neighborhood within MLS. Hunters Creek, of course, being one that will be. What I do is I pull up a report for, we'll say, 360 days ago. 360 to 180, 360, so it's at least 6 months out. Then maybe up 3 months to 6 months, and then the last 90 days. And then you can look at the current table. What's the average home price? How do I know if it's on the rise or is it on the rise, on the decline, or holding steady? I look at the old reports to see what the average home price were then. Same holds true with, because all you have to do is pull up like a quick CMA. All right, what was the average price per foot? Well, right now it's this. What was it compared to 90 days ago or 6 months ago? Then you can literally look and see how many homes are for sale and what are the average days on the market. You can pull that off from Stella. Let's go under the assumption for this demonstration. These are all accurate. Let's click next. You see it's generating a video. At the end of this video, there's a small little section. All this information that comes on there is populated from your marketing profile. So let's make, Nancy, since you have your video on, when it starts, if you hear the music, just give me your physical thumbs up, okay? Here we go. Even I'm not hearing it. I'm not even hearing it right now. Me either. Let's go back.
No music for Hunter's Creek?
But no, it's the video itself. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm not hearing any. It could be the way I'm sharing. It may have issues with, but it's got cute little music. Talks about here about the neighborhood statistics as of today. There's the average home price, average per square foot, and how it's holding steady. There are 38 homes for sale, and there's basically spending 58 days average on market. Here's what the locals say about Hunters Creek. Daytime leisure, fancy training, and fitness oriented. Then it says if you want to get real-time information, get my app. And then it will have your information. And that's it. So the only thing you have to do is verify the information that you're sending out.
I'm gonna try to do that tonight.
The thing is, you can save that video, and then you can share it to Facebook. You can share it to all the friends that you know that happen to be in Hunters Creek. You can even send it via an email blast. If you have a bunch of your neighbors, you know their emails, you know their phone numbers, whatever the case may be, send it to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna list a house next month there, so that's why I'm trying to start the rumbling.
That's just it. If like I said, if you have you thought about maybe starting a page? Doesn't have to necessarily be a business page, but just an additional page or a group for Hunters Creek real estate.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. No.
Yeah, just simply start a page or a group or whatever Hunters gives. Give them the latest, and then once a week, like on Monday or Friday, whichever you prefer, create the neighborhood for the up to date. They're constantly getting that information from you.
What if there's already a page for Hunters Creek? I don't know. I haven't seen any, but it might be.
If there is one, ask them. You generally look at the rules. They tell you what rules are allowed. See if it's allowed. Maybe can I just want to post some information.
Oh, okay.
Or a video once a week or whatever the case may be. Just get permission. If you don't
Okay.
running the page or you're not running the group or whatever, just get permission.
On the one that's already there. Okay.
If there's one there, and if not, you can create your own. Just make it an open group. Just you're going to have to moderate it so people don't start making it political or get very mean and angry towards each other. But think about it. I just gave you 2 ways to get free advertising through Hunters Creek.
Yeah.
You're going to be, whatever it is wherever it is you want it to be, it will be. Now, just to give you another little tidbit, if we scroll down, and this is all on the social post page, available to both of you now. You see these little social posts? You notice how they happen to have their little emojis in there? Told you everybody likes emojis. I don't know why. But you see this right here? Use that as a social post if you want. It's free. It's free to you. It goes on your business page. It has to be a business page. But if you look, there's like here, talk about empty nesters. We can shuffle. These are others. They have all these posts available to you to use. You don't have to create everything from scratch. So if you want to make sure you're getting information out there, you can use the posts that they are providing. I wish they would refresh these a little bit more than they do. But you take what you can get. However, this you can refresh as many times as you want. You can do that once a week and you don't have to worry about getting your, is my information outdated? However, one thing I forgot to go over with respect to a paid ad. See if I can do it this way. I want to see if it will let me. I'm not going to be able to. Essentially, when you create a paid ad and you get, if you want to say, you can configure it so that if anybody responds to the ad, they're added to a smart plan. So like right here, I'm going to do this. All I did was click on where it said 2 leads. So I look at these 2 leads, right? And I come over here. And I'm gonna click all. Wait for it. Wait for command to finally get caught up with me. Essentially what I can do is I can automatically add tags to them. And if I add tags, if I have a smart plan set up for social media follow-up and have that smart plan fired when someone gets a tag like Facebook lead, I can do it right here. Add that tag, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, it's not showing up right now, so I apologize for that. Part of it has to do because of the fact that I don't have it as a Facebook lead capture. When it is, I think it's this one. I think it was Facebook. Some I do and some I don't. I alternate them. It goes back to what you want to do. This is because it's old, so I can't do that. I ran an ad for Black Friday and said homes for sale. You know, Black Friday sales for homes. Then I went into the MLS. No, I went into my website, search for homes, and let's just say Hunters Creek. So, you know, in fact, let's do that. Let's watch this. Yeah, I know I didn't put the apostrophe. We'll see. It knew where I was talking about. Now I wanted to go for my, if you want to say for filters. So I said they have to be pending. It can't be new, can't be foreclosures. They can't be short sales. Matter of fact, it probably won't be new construction. Then I went over here and said, see where it says here, price reduced within the past 7 days. So I clicked that on. So these were homes that are in Hunters Creek in the past 7 days. They've dropped their price. So you look and I've got what? I don't know how many homes it was. But at any rate, I have these homes right now, 10 properties. I took this right here, that URL, and placed that in my ad so they could remember this is going to update automatically. So if another house joins it, there'll be another house. And then I said for Black Friday, I said homes for sale, you know, reduced homes for sale, whatever, or Black Friday sales. And people were just clicking on it. They wanted to see the homes that were for sale. They got a special. Those are the types of things that you're gonna want to do. You know, spend $20 around Thanksgiving and see if you can get some leads off of it. If you're going to be working Hunters Creek, you might as well make sure you make the best of it. Sound pretty good?
I can't wait to start.
Fine, you'll be fine. Make sure that, like I said, if you have any questions about anything that we've covered today, then please go ahead and either reach out to your Market Center Tech Trainer, or you can reach out through that Calendly link and just, you know, let them know, you know, if you're having questions on things. I'm not sure why, or I'm not sure about this, or I'm not sure about that. That's fine. People who are in position to help, we're there to help you. Well, thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful rest of your evening, and look forward to maybe doing business with you sometime soon.
Thank you so much. I loved it. It's great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.